One of the most anticipated films of the year has already been receiving critical acclaim and Oscar buzz, and it was only released in the US today. David Fincher's The Social Network is a remarkable film about the invention of Facebook and all of the problems that came along with it.
You made Facebook.
Wow. Yeah, groupies.
This is our time.
Aesthetically, the film is beautiful. It's very Fincher, described by David Denby in The New Yorker as having a perversely attractive appeal, a glowing awfulness, as if it were lit from within, thrown together with an almost obnoxiously self-confident intellectual air of Harvard University. Aaron Sorkin's script is based around Ben Mesrick's book The Accidental Billionaires, a self-proclaimed dramatic narrative account of the invention of the site, for which Facebook's original CFO Eduardo Saverin consulted. Now, as this is a movie, we have to somewhat disregard the true events that have happened at Facebook over the years. This is really a character-driven film with an absolutely fantastic cast. Jesse Eisenberg has been criticized as a Michael Cera one-note actor, probably by the people who only saw him in Zombieland and Adventureland. His performance in this film is rich and compelling, and he exceeds in the role of the unlikable outsider.
As for any charges stemming from the breach of security, I believe I deserve some recognition from this board.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Which part?
Andrew Garfield, who plays Eduardo Saverin, is a scene stealer, giving a very genuine and sympathetic performance. Justin Timberlake is, somewhat ironically, cast as Sean Parker, founder of Napster, a charismatic wild card, giving a performance that has us hearing Best Supporting Actor whispers. I wouldn't be surprised to see nods for him or Garfield. Rashida Jones plays a role mostly purposeful in terms of addressing and digesting how we the audience are supposed to feel about Zuckerberg. He's not an arsehole, he just wants to be one. He's difficult, but he's redeemable and fairly understandable. He's also a college student during most of the events, makes poor judgments and treats people badly. But don't we all? The difference is that not all of your documented dumb get smeared across the internet. Now, aside from the aesthetic and the obvious, the film raises a great discussion about the times we're living in and how people and their interactions with each other are changing. The film is not a biopic, rather more of a social commentary. Much of the film takes place over tables, at clubs, dinners, offices, courthouses. Sorkin's cutting dialogue occurs with this glaringly obvious physical divide.
The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing. Did I adequately answer your condescending question?
This is a film about people who are accustomed to communicating online. They're sharp and direct. They enjoy the idea of social intimacy at arm's length and localized notoriety. The characters are forming a world based around the need to document daily life and present a concise image of public self. The question of why we do this is a whole other debate that stretches from living in societies that function so instantaneously that we already feel nostalgic about the present, being angry that our parents didn't take more photos as versus kids, adding value to our lives, or simply doing it just because everybody else is. The Social Network is highly driven by the character of Mark Zuckerberg, who is presented as a callous genius. And in my opinion, and in regard to the source material, that's understandable. By only watching the film, you'll learn nothing of his personal life beyond the fact that he's from Long Island. How he attends Harvard, his family and background, even his longtime girlfriend aren't even mentioned. The film is a curious observation of the interactions of a man seemingly desperate for approval, but we spend very little honest time alone with Mark. We're welcome to question his motives and intentions, yet we aren't provided with a concise explanation. The character is as difficult to understand as the real Zuckerberg, with pieces missing, details omitted, and vocal counterparts who are happy to play victims. The film enforces pity upon a man who has become the youngest billionaire on Earth at the expense of, what did he really lose? A friend who would give his story to the writer of a book that inspired this movie? Zuckerberg was the only person who had the potential and the drive to create Facebook, which is why he did. And I don't really know how sorry I should feel for him. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed the film and 100% endorse seeing it. Let me know what you think. Has the way we interact with one another changed due to social networking? Are we more self-aware of our public image? Why do we feel it necessary to document all of our experiences? I'll be asking myself the same questions.